Good evening, friends. My name is Abhishek, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the inaugural episode of Spit It Out Live with ARG. And my name is Abhishek Rajgupta. And like I said, this is the inaugural episode. And once again, I would like to welcome all our viewers and I'm very happy that you are in here. So the reason why we started, हामीले किन स्टार्ट गरेको भन्दा चाहिँ हामीलाई कतिजनाहरू है हाम्रो सोसाइटीको कति प्रमिनेन्ट मान्छेहरू दे निडेड अ प्लेटफर्म वेयर उनीहरूले पनि आफ्नो जे पनि कुरा छ क्या मजाले भन्नु सक्ने एकदम with केही restrictions छैन मजाले open up हुन सक्ने. So this is a show where we intend to provide our guests जहाँ चाहिँ उनीहरू आएर मजाले बोल्न सक्ने they can speak their hearts out. So that's why the name of this particular show is Spit Out with ARG. My name is Abhishek once again, right? And हामी हाम्रोमा आज जुन चाहिँ guest हामीले बोलाएको छु है, the first ever guest that we have on this show is a prominent filmmaker. He's an acclaimed filmmaker, and I'm so very proud to say कि ऊ चाहिँ हाम्रै मेरो hometown Kurseong. He was born and raised there, right? And he made it big. Currently, he's based out of Los Angeles, California. And the Ramragon he's directed numerous films. Right? First was Journey for Dream, which was released in 2011. So, Hammer, your guest, usko first debut film as a director was Journey of a Dream, which was released in 2011. And the first ever Tibetan Nepali gangster movie. He made a movie called Jigdan, and it was released in 2017. And currently, he's been producing and directing a film called Broken Wings. And recently, I'm a Kursian Wang here, and we had a great experience. Kursian Bazarle, first time ever they saw a film being shot, of such magnitude. So everybody was, very delighted to see this particular on the Broken Wings. This is upcoming movie. He has also starred in another upcoming movie called Shadistan. And usko starred, the main lead is Mr. KK Menon. It's a prominent filmmaker, is a prominent actor from the Bollywood industry. So Hammer, your guest, Jo Aunu says he has acted in this particular movie. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Mr. Shenpin Kimzer, our guest for tonight. Good evening, there. How are you there?
Good evening, Abhishek. How is everybody? How is my Pine Tree family doing?
We are doing very well. Thank you for asking. In fact, we're ecstatic to have you on board. I mean, it's the first time ever I know your show, and we are very delighted to have you live on this particular show. I feel privileged, Haida. Ani, so तपाईँले अहिले के भयो भन्दा चाहिँ like lately Kurseongma you started with your film है Broken Wings भन्ने तपाईँले जुन चाहिँ बनाउनु हुँदैछ अहिले. First of all, I want to ask something about this particular film. What is Broken Wings all about?
Okay. First, can you guys hear my voice? Sundasa?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so firstly, I would like to apologize to our viewers because we were supposed to go live at 7 o'clock, and because of the weather conditions here and then technical issues, we were not able to start at 7. But I want to tell you that these guys from Pine Tree, they have been working very hard behind the scenes to make this happen. And they are in Kurseong and I am in Darjeeling, and the weather is pretty pretty poor and pretty bad right now. A lot of rain, and Darjeeling network is pretty poor. So firstly, I just wanted to get that out of the way, and thank you for being patient. Thank you for joining us, and thank you Abhishek Bhai and Pine Tree Festival for inviting me. And I feel very I feel very humbled and honored at the same time that I am the one to pop your cherry, because like you said, inaugural episode. So it's a lot of alikati pressure जस्तो पनि भयो मलाई. So yeah. So Timro question about Broken Wings, right? So I mean, I don't know, where do you want me to begin? What do you want me to tell you about Broken Wings?
I mean, how did it come to your mind? I mean, and why Broken Wings? First of all, I'm very intrigued by the name of the movie, Broken Wings. Kasari चाहिँ किन चाहिँ Broken Wings? And तपाईँको माइन्डमा कहिले आयो हैन? When did this particular idea come to your mind? Oh, I think I should go ahead and direct a movie called Broken Wings. How did it all come along?
People who know me very well since childhood, they know that this has been a long time, dream. I think not the title and not this particular I'm doing, but Esko Genesis, it was born, I think, when I was a teenager in Kurseong. And I think like they say, put it out in the universe, like law of attraction. So when I was growing up in Kurseong, I mean, like teenager, 18, I was very, I was a dreamer. There used to be Doordarshan ma एउटा famous serial. This is before your time. तिमीलाई थाहा हुँदैन तर 90s, late 80s or 90s को होला थाहा हुन्छ कि there was a comedy serial called Doordarshan. I don't know how. So there's always dreaming sapna mate herne. So my house too, people would call me Mungeri Lal because I was a dreamer. So I think it started at that time, and later on, I think I started working on it with awareness and with focus and with purpose. I think as of about 5-6 years ago, I think that's when I knew that I was going to make it. I always wanted to make movies when I was young as a teenager, and this is also a story that is, your satya katha haina. This is not a true story, but it's inspired by true incidents. Your satya ghatnama adharit katha ho. So त्यो घटनाहरु चाहिँ मैले मेरो आँखाले देखेको, मेरो कानले सुनेको, म आफैले पनि भोगेको त्यो समयको उयो हो. So it's from that time and that era. So I think I started around 5-6 years ago, and then officially I started 3 years ago. 2018 I came to Kurseong and Darjeeling, Kalimpong. I started doing the auditions. That's how I found my characters, my lead boy, and the rest of the characters. I came scouting in Kurseong. You guys remember you were doing your Pine Tree Festival, the music festival. I was there. That was all for Broken Wings. I was visiting. I was doing location, and so it started then. So it's been a long time, and this is a passion project for me. Because I needed to tell our story. हाम्रो कथाहरु हामीले नभने भने अरु कसले भन्दैन. It is unreasonable. It is unreasonable, and it is naive to expect others to tell our story. It would be naive to expect Karan Johar or Anushka Sharma to come and tell our stories. We have to tell our stories. We have to do it. And I'm personally tired of this हाम्रो पहाडको narrative that हाम्रो त scope छैन, meaning like we don't have scope. Yeah, scope छैन, कसैको पनि छैन भाइ, scope कहीँ पनि छैन. We have to go get it. We have to make it. We have to make the scope ourselves. We have to pave the way ourselves. And it's not easy, but it's not supposed to be easy. It's not meant to be easy. That's why, that's why we need this kind of passionate drive, and then the genuine intention to do it. So that's how it started. And then the reason for the title, Broken Wings, is because I personally believe that youth or go, when we are born as children, you are Gupta, you come from a Marwari background. I come from a Tibetan background. All our friends are from Nepali background, Chetri, Baun, whatever, Gurung, Rai, Limbu, and then Indians and Westerners. I mean, when we are born, we don't know, these social tags and these cultural identities. We don't know that. We are told. You were told that you are a Gupta. You were told that you were a Marwari. I was told that I was a Tibetan. I was told that I was, this and that. And I was told that I was a man, I was a boy. So what happens is society, religion, culture, parents, education system, and politics and media, what they end up doing is they end up clipping the wings of the youth. सानोदेखिको सबैको पखेटा काटिदिन्छ क्या, योसँग नबोल, त्योसँग नहिँड, योसँग नगर, यो नगर, त्यो नगर, यु आर सपोज टु डु दिस, त केटा हो लाज लाग्दैन, केटी जस्तो किन भएको, कुनै के. So many social narratives construct
too many protocols to follow.
Yeah, and it constructs us, and then it makes us, by the time we are 13, 14, 15, we become just like our society. We become exactly like our society. We become a person filled with doubts, filled with fear, filled with suspicion, filled with segregation, filled with discrimination, filled with ऊंच नीचको जात पात रीत नीत, यो सबैले भरेर. सो खासमा चाहिँ के भएको हो भने चाहिँ हाम्रो पखेटा काटिदिएको हो. So that's why the title of the film is Broken Wings. लामो भयो अलिकति.
I can totally relate to that. In fact, I mean, most of the stuff that is said, absolutely. I mean, जन्मेर आउँछु, सबैजना नामदेखि लिएर रिलिजन, कास्टदेखि लिएर हाम्रो यहाँ त कास्ट पनि छ अझै इन्डियामा हो, अझै सब एभ्रिथिङ इज गिभन टु अस, प्रोभाइडेड. वी क्यान नट चुज है. अब कतिजनाको पेरेन्ट्सहरू यति पनि हुन्छ कि राइट फ्रम द स्टार्ट आफ्नो चिल्ड्रेनहरूलाई पनि भन्दै गरेको कि you have to grow up to become an astronaut or a doctor and an engineer. Yeah.
Right. So let me correct you a tiny bit right there. We have the option of choice. We do have the ability to choose. I'm a living example. I chose to be the way I am, and it doesn't mean I'm perfect. I am flawed to the T, but I chose to be myself. I have chosen to be and become who I am meant to become. I have chosen to become a constantly evolving human being. I have chosen to become a student of life. I've chosen to learn. So we have the choice. Otherwise, what ends up happening is, without you being aware, or without you knowing, you get boxed up in this identity politics that we end up knowingly, unknowingly participating and contributing towards our entire life. And then we just become like everybody else. And then at the end of the day, when we are about to die, when we look back, what have we done? What did we do? How have I made a difference? What did I contribute to the society? What did I contribute to the world? What did I contribute to my place? So I've always been, I don't know, I guess I've been a little crazy. I guess I've been I've always been a thinker. We're from the same town. Everybody knows me in Kurseong, right? Everybody, sabla tha cha. People who know me from back then, they all used to call me Big Talk and Aude and all. And poor guys, it's not their fault. They were not they were not able to think like that. So when there was somebody else who thought like that, it was an alarming psychologically. So how is this guy thinking like this? It is unattainable, because we are taught that it is not doable. We are taught that it is not attainable. So everybody's mindset and everybody's wings is clipped. I just chose to fight. I chose to flap my wings against all odds. And then that fluttering caused a lot of friction and disturbance and questions. And that's why I think people couldn't comprehend what I wanted to do and my dreams. So bicharale, the easiest narrative was big talk, big talk. खासमा big talk चाहिँ होइन रहेछ क्या. आज fast forward 27 years, it's not big talk. It is their ability, their inability to comprehend my big dreams or my big talks, because they programmed their minds to be small. When you program your mind to be small, it is only going to fit what it's supposed to fit.
And look at you now. I mean, I personally feel so proud. I mean, to say that I know Mr. Shenpen Kimser because he belongs to my hometown, and that's Kurseong. I mean, we don't come across like many people who are renowned and they say, "Hey, I'm to Kurseong." And of course, it's been a great journey for you from Kurseong
It
to.
is. Bhai, but
Hey,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Bhai, but I am not renowned, Bhai. I know you and a lot of young guys, you all look up to me, and you all love me, and I love you too. But I am not renowned, or I'm not anybody big, Bhai. I am just like you. I'm just like everybody else. It took me so long. People are like, oh, they're like all impressed or amazed, but it's taken me 27 years to do what I love, to make this film, to fight against all odds, to fight against parents, to fight against society, to fight against judgments, to fight against prejudice. It's taken me so long. So I'm not a hero, Bhai. I'm not a big deal. I'm just a fucking dreamer who dared to dream. That's all, Bhai.
All right, that was pretty candid, but I kind of like it. So, talking about Broken Wings, uh, I mean, you have a lot of actors in the film, right? And mostly what I saw was we have actors in this film from our particular area. So, I just wanted to ask, was it the emotional factor कि no since मेरो जग्गाको लागि हो मैले हैन मेरो यहीँकै story हो I want to cast actors from मेरै particular hometown or something like that or from Darjeeling area. So what was it? Was it like an emotional stuff for you, or did you recruit all the actors उनीहरूको त्यो talentले गर्दा क्या? I was just curious क्या त्यसमा चाहिँ.
Interesting question. I definitely didn't select my actors based on emotions. I didn't. There's emotions in play, definitely, because you have to, because it's a I'm an architect of emotions because I'm an artist. हामी कलाकारहरू भावनाको कारिगरहरू हो नि त. So there is emotions in play. The whole story, everything is emotions, everything is human life. So my actors, I wanted to choose fresh faces. I wanted to also, like I said, my frustration, I should say. And let me be very candid, since your show says spit it out. So let's spit it out.
Absolutely, man. Feel free.
So my frustration, a very long, boiling, fermented frustration has been we as people from Darjeeling Hills, we have so much talent, immense talent. I am not even being humble, but I am probably one of the least talented people from Darjeeling Hills. I am probably one of the least talented. I think I'm one of the most tenacious. I'm probably one of the most daring, but I'm definitely not one of the most talented. So my frustration was, there's so much talent here. Always, every generation, every decade, Darjeeling Hills, Kalimpong, Darjeeling, Kurseong, Sunada, everywhere has so much talent, but we have not been able to represent ourselves. In the Indian music industry, in the film industry, the way we deserve. You know, we have so much talent. I mean, Indian film industry, ma, you know, we have amazing, amazing musicians from Darjeeling, world-class musicians. By I've traveled the whole world. I've lived in the U.S. and Canada for like 25 years, and I've seen all the big concerts, operas, shows, and I'm a very cultured person, so I love cultures. I kid you not when I say this. Hamro Darjeeling ko talents, they are on par with the ones up in the on the Grammy stage, bhai. But we have not been able to it you know, like I always say this, if you look at Darjeeling musicians who've traveled, who've journeyed to Mumbai to pursue their dreams in music, you know, before my time, 60s 70s देखि musiciansहरू दार्जिलिङको musiciansहरू बम्बेमा छ, अहिले पनि छ, मेरो जेनेरेसनकोहरू पनि छ, अहिले तिमीहरू जस्तो तिमीहरू भन्दा सानोहरू पनि छ, दार्जिलिङको musicians who've gone there, but nobody's been able to become a music director अहिलेसम्म. And I've done a lot of research because, you know, I'm a bit of a social scientist. You know, I observe society. I learn. You know, I'm very anthropological about human behaviors and human culture. Why we are the way we are. What is it? So I figured out, I think, that we have not made it. Not because there's a lack of talent. हाम्रो कलाको कमीले गर्दा चाहिँ हामी सफल हुन नसकेको चाहिँ होइन रहेछ. You know, कलाको कमीले चाहिँ होइन रहेछ. What ended up happening and what's happened is we have not been bold. We have not been able to be fearless, and we have not developed our personalities and our attitude. And this I say with a lot of love to every viewers, especially the young viewers from Darjeeling Hills who are talented. You know, you have to develop knowledge, you have to develop attitude, you have to develop personality. Because I have, let's say I have a lot of talent, but if I don't have a personality to back it up, to push it, because at the end of the day, we're not living in utopia. We don't live in we don't live in heaven. You know, there's a reason why it's called the film industry. There's a reason why it's called the music business. So we have to be able to represent, unfortunately, you know. So हाम्रो चाहिँ त्यस्तो हुनु सकेन. So त्यो frustration चाहिँ मलाई धेरै छ. You know, representation भएन. अब अस्ति पनि you saw that there was a big controversy around, you know, this के भन्छ Patal Lok Amazon Prime ma. And yeah, you know, people were offended, people were hurt, people got, you know, there's all kinds of emotions in the communities, in the Nepali communities, you know. But what I believe is, like I said in the beginning of this talk, you know, Anushka Sharma is not going to come and make a show on us, you know. Nobody's going to come, you know. Anurag Kashyap is not, you know, he makes shows in Dhanbad, he makes shows in UP where he's from. Sujit Sarkar makes his films from, you know, with his Bengali milieu, because that's what they are supposed to do. So I am making a film in Kurseong, and I wanted to choose people from Kurseong because I am tired personally. You know, I am tired. I want to represent us. I want our youngsters, my actors. You came on set several times. You came to my film set. You saw. I mean, you know, my actor, my lead by, you know, who's from Kurseong. I auditioned hundreds of guys from the Darjeeling, Kalimpong, Kurseong, Sunada, Gantok, and I chose him. You know, it wasn't an emotional decision. You know, I was looking for a particular type of a person, you know, a guy. You know, I was looking for some vulnerability. I was looking for some brokenness. I was looking for some, you know, that rawness. So that's how I casted him, and others also in the film. So it's a long process. It takes a lot of time. It's a build up. It's not like, you know, Lou, ready one. Yeah, it is a process of many thoughts, many failures, many, you know, flaws, many pain, many suffering. And I also chose to shoot in Kurseong because Kurseong has never really been shot, you know. Darjeeling has been shot numerous times, and I love Darjeeling. Kalimpong has been shot many times, But Kersiong has always been like that sad cousin, you know. And I wanted to do some lifting of the spirit of our people, and so I chose to shoot there. And I kid you not, you know, I'm not boasting, but I have given this film, you know, 3.5 years of my life, Oile, since I started production. 3.5 years of my short human life. I have given it 3.5 years of my life, and I am determined to deliver by.
Yeah, it's great to hear that. And in fact, my next question was based on the auditions. तपाईँले भन्नुभयो क्या, अब we have like immense talent here. Right? We have talent here in abundance. So, in मेरो अर्को question चाहिँ के थियो भन्दा चाहिँ, how, I mean, was it very difficult for you to find the right talent? I mean, जति जना पनि आएको थियो audition गर्नुको लागि, how was the quality overall भने क्या अब? And quality wise पनि कतिको जस्तो थियो in your perspective तपाईँले the audition गर्नु भएको, and what is the common feedback that you have for our aspiring actors here in the hills, yeah, especially the people who had come for the auditions? Yeah,
well, when I was auditioning, I didn't, you know, especially for a film like this, you know, because it's in the film world, in the film jagat, you know, it's a very small film, you know, but for us, it's a big deal. It's a big film. For me, it's a big film. So when you approach a film like this, and when you go to a town where it's not a shooting friendly place, you know, where movies, you know, it's not a part of the culture, and where people are not used to working in the film business, you know, as a writer and as a director, you know, I didn't go there looking to be blown away with talent. Like, I didn't go expecting to be wowed. I went expecting to find flaws. I went expecting to see raw, you know. But what I wanted to see, I was not expecting anybody to nail the audition, because that would have been unreasonable, you know. What I was expecting to see to pain, that I was expecting to see brokenness. I was expecting to see frustration. I was expecting to see angst, you know, and I was expecting to see the junoon, the passion. And that's what I was looking for. Because craft garnu, ulai shape garnu, actors like shape garnu, ulai त्यो त्यसरी ulai तयार गर्नु, त्यो त मेरो काम हो नि त.
Requires a lot of mentoring, right?
Yes. And you know, I mentored and I workshop भनौं कि के भन्नु, अब guidance भनौं कि training भनौं कि जे पनि भनौं, coaching from late 2018 2019. So about a year, at least a year, I have been preparing my actors, my lead actors from our hills. Yeah, and I think he's online. I think he's viewing too. His name is Mrinal, and his character's name is Endo, and he doesn't even realize, I think right now, he's gonna blow everybody away. He's gonna you'll see, he's about to become very famous. Let me just say that.
This dude truly has some potential, you mean, either?
Oh, he does, and everybody does. Having said that, everybody does, but it requires a certain amount of discipline. Anuशासन र समर्पण हुनै पर्छ नि भाइ. अनुशासन छैन भने लाइफमा केही पनि गर्न सक्दैन भाइ, केही पनि गर्न सक्दैन. I have wasted so much of my time because I lacked discipline. You know, I had passion, I had drive, I had all of that, but I didn't have discipline. You know, in my 20s, you know, I lacked discipline, I lacked focus. You know, so it took me a long time. So अहिलेको यो सानसानो भाइहरू, all these younger guys, if they kind of develop and train their mind to think like that and discipline them at an early age, by the time they reach my age, they'll be amazing, you know, and they will, yeah. So Anuशासन र समर्पण, I always say this: discipline and conviction. हुनै पर्छ.
Absolutely, well said. I actually can feel it. Hazard. I mean, without discipline, I don't think or a proper regime हामीले maintain गर्न सक्छ in order to move forward, right?
हाँ
Uh,
कुनै कुरामा किसी भी चीज में you know
हजुर. अब like what I was thinking is के भन्दा चाहिँ हाम्रो यहाँ दार्जिलिङ हिल्सबाट पनि we've got like right कस्तो दामी दामी मान्छेहरू छ क्या like Mr. Binod Pradhan, he's an ace cinematographer. He's worked with renowned producers and directors, right? We've got Prashant Tamang, and we've got quite a lot of noted personalities from the hills. मैले चाहिँ के भन्नु खोजेको भन्दा चाहिँ कि हाम्रो हिल्समा पनि of course हाम्रो youngsters है they are so much involved in films. I mean they want to get in films. Yeah, they're aspiring actors. उनीहरूको TikTok videosहरू पनि देख्छु कतिजनाले के पनि गर्छ short filmsहरूमा act गर्दैछ. I mean त्यो फिल्ममा चाहिँ निकै छ यिनीहरू क्या. So what I was saying is अब यति renowned मान्छेहरू छ है हाम्रो दार्जिलिङ हिल्समा पनि. So can we get these people together and probably set up a film academy or maybe a workshop for these aspiring actors? They have a lot to learn and त्यस्तो दामी हुन्छ नि यहाँ छैन नि अनफर्चुनेटली त्यस्तो सिनै छैन त यहाँ.
I mean that's a pretty loaded question. I mean it's a very big speculation and because see, I mean the people that you mentioned, for example, Binod Pradhan, he's he's India's top director of photography. He's India's top cinematographer, and he's from Kalimpong, and he's legendary. And yeah, there's other people. Now, I mean, I personally, I don't think I have the influence or the power or the status to gather all of them and start a film school because Binod Pradhan and all, they're too big for me. I'm still in the crawling stage, in the film business, and but what I can do and what I intend to do is I will keep mentoring. I mean, personally, me. There's so many young boys who follow me and who look up to me. Darjeeling, Kalimpong, Kurseong, Sunada, Pokribung, Kotsa Bhai, and then there are a lot of Tibetans also all over the world who, so I try to mentor a lot of youngsters one-on-one. And then in the film related stuff too, I am starting, I am meeting people here. I've started doing lectures and talks. Last year, I did a talk here in GDNS Hall with the young people. So in my own little ways, मेरो आफ्नै क्षमता अनुसार, पुरा कोसिस गरिरहेको छु कि यंगस्टर्सहरूलाई गाइड गर्नु. अब फिल्म स्कुल जाने हो भने कसरी जानु, कुन जानु, के सिक्नु, कसरी सिक्नु, so अब मेरो पर्सनली चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ I don't think I can call Mr. Binod Pradhan and call all these other big names and say, we should start a film academy for our youth. यो चाहिँ आफूले मन पर चिताएर गरे भने मात्रै गर्न सक्छ क्या भाइ. यो कसैले गर्नुहोस् न भनेर गर्ने कुरा हैन. मलाई चाहिँ गर्ने इच्छा छ. I do intend, I don't want to speak too early right now, but I am planning and I am hoping and I'm aspiring to start a production company. I mean, I have a production company, Monk and the Warrior Productions, but I'm planning to start a production company in Darjeeling district, also a smaller scale, so that I can help the aspiring filmmakers from the Darjeeling Hills. And I know all the young filmmakers in Darjeeling district, and they all know me, and they keep in touch with me. And अस्ति मेरो सेटमा पनि कर्सियङमा ब्रोकन विङ्सको सेटमा almost all of the Darjeeling filmmakers were on my set. They were working, or they were doing interns, or they were doing something or the other, and that's how I wanted to do. And I think that is what true spirituality means to me. To share your knowledge, to share. I always believe that. आफू माथि चढ्दैछौ भने अरूलाई पनि सँगै तान्नु चेष्टा कोसिस गर्नु त्यही सबभन्दा ठुलो धर्म हो आफै तल छ भने अरू उकालो जान्दै गरेकोलाई उकालो ठेल्नु त्यही सबभन्दा ब्युटिफुल सबभन्दा सुन्दर सोच सबभन्दा के भन्नु अब धार्मिक कुरा जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ मेरो लागि चाहिँ सो मेरो तर्फबाट त गरिरहेको हुन्छ अब तिम्रो वरिपरि त्यहाँ ग्याङहरू पुरा बसिरहेको छ होइन त्यहाँ पाइन ट्रीको केटाहरू खै यिनीहरू सब चाहिँ त्यही छ को छ सतीश को छ त्यहाँ
I've got Satish, I've got Deepraj, I've got Nikhil, I've got Ruben, and I've got Umang.
सबैजना मेरो भाइहरू हो I have spent time with each and every one of them mentoring, guiding, and I always guide. I don't guide from a place of authority. I don't mentor from a place of authority. I mentor from a place of experience. Because I grew up being a very broken, very troubled child. I grew up being the underdog my entire life.
And Broken Wings, I saw and I heard that mainland Bollywood actors, I'm sure it was a massive learning experience. People like Vinay Pathak and Nawazuddin Siddiqui. These are very influential and big actors. I mean, I'm talking about the first time ever. Actually, I mean, you scale my film. I mean, you scale film. Then I don't think people in Kurseong ever saw. And at the same time, I'm aspiring. I'm to an actor, so it was a great learning experience for them.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest. It was absolutely, and it's a constant learning. And my personality and my attitude is such that I come off as a very confident person. But the reason why I seem confident or knowledgeable or whatever is because I have no inhibitions. I'm kind of एकदम खुला मनको मान्छे हो क्या म त्यो मनमा शङ्का राखेर हिँड्ने मान्छे हैन म so I learn from my experience and I learn from everybody and I choose to learn every day, every single day I choose to learn, so it has taken me so long to come full circle and to be able to direct this international / Bollywood film. This is not overnight, and now having Vinay Pathak in the film with a major role, big role, and a role that Vinay Pathak has actually never played before. The shade that I have, the shade that I'm presenting him in, is a shade that he's not done, but he's such a fantastic actor. He's such an amazing actor and a human being. And you met him too, right? Do you remember? I just remembered you met him on set. You came to Amro Ratiko night shoot late night in the cold, and we were doing the rain scene, and we had the rain machine, and we in the cold, freezing cold. So actually, so it's been a great experience, and then I met Nawaz through Anurag Kashyap. Anurag is a friend of mine, and Anurag has been very kind and like a mentor to me. And Anurag called me on the Sacred Games set, in Mumbai. Hello.
Awesome.
So I was in Mumbai prepping for Broken Wings. More preparation garirahe the. And Anurag Kashyap, he just called me and he said, "Hey, are you in Mumbai?" And I said, "Yeah, I just got here." And he's like, "Oh, come to Film City Stage 11. They're shooting Sacred Games." And I was so excited. It's like a candy store for me, right? To go on a film set. So I went, and then that's when I first officially met Nawaz, and we became friends instantly. And so Nawaz has been very kind. So it's all, relationships. You have to build, you have to be credible, you have to have something in you. आफू भित्र खाली छ भने बाहिर केही दिनु सक्दैन नि त भाइ. सो आफै बाहिर दिने मान्छेले चाहिँ भित्र आफै भित्र पनि भर्दै गर्नुपर्छ क्या. You have to because I have a very outgoing nature, and I have a very outspoken nature, and I'm a very giving nature also. I share everything. I share my experience. I share my knowledge. मलाई कुनै कुरा थाहा भयो भने त्यो कुराहरूले अरूलाई फाइदा हुन्छ भने म सेयर गर्छु क्या, लुकाएर त्यो कप्टी पारेको छुइनँ। तर धेरै बाहिर, when you give a lot, you tend to stretch yourself so thin, then you have to again refill yourself. And the only way to refill yourself is refill yourself with inspiration, refill yourself with new knowledge, new experiences. So that's how I function. And so that's, so yeah, I'm very fortunate to have Vinay Pathak in the film, and he's done, I mean, he's already an amazing actor. Right now he has 2 movies out. One is Chintu Ka Birthday, which has got very good reviews, and then one is in Akuni. He has a small role in Akuni, so which is good. These films came out, and now my film will slowly come out. And Vinay Pathak is going to blow everybody's mind too. And so it's exciting. But let me ask you a question, Bhai, because since this is a very candid kind of conversation, what was your experience like? What was your experience like coming to my film set and seeing everything, and seeing the chaos and the craziness and the madness, meeting Vinay Pathak and talking to him? You spoke to him at lengths. How was it?
Well, I mean, it was an incredible experience. I mean, especially the meeting with Mr. Vinay Pathak. I mean, I never knew a person of his stature, right? He's a mega star, renowned and all that stuff. Uh, what impressed me a lot about him is like the humility that he had in him.
Absolutely.
He was so jelly, pally pally, and what I admired the most was कि we happen to speak the same language. So we spoke for like good 40 to 45 minutes, and during the conversation, and I'm talking to a Bollywood superstar. He was so. Let me be very honest. That it's the first time ever the Broken Wings was set. The first time ever I'd been to, taken back and so many. But to actually create a film, to actually direct a film, more than Satya, I was like taken. I thought it was, and then but it really takes a lot. Another great aspect was multicultural. Okay? Your Broken Wings it was very multicultural. We had people from Bombay. In fact, your director of photography, he's worked with great films in the past. I mean, he was here, and Mumbai ko मान्छेहरू, हाम्रो Darjeeling Hills ko मान्छेहरू, Siliguri ko मान्छेहरू. So it was great to see all these.
Calcutta ko थियो.
On the to manage गरेको. Okay, I want this stuff to be done. I want this stuff to be done. So the movie बनाउने easy छैन रहेछ क्या, like the way we see it on the big screen. Yeah, well, it really takes a lot, but it's a भयो क्या. And but it was an incredible experience. Yeah. It was a learning experience for me.
Yeah, I mean, movie is a it always starts with one vision, ekjanako vision. It starts with one person's dream, and then writing, directing, and all that. But eventually, when you go on the floor, it is a collaborative, endeavor, because it is something that collaboration garcha. And film is also such a powerful medium because it is also the only art form in the world that has all the other art forms in it. Because in movie you have theater, you have writing, you have poetry, you have music, you have fashion, you have photography, you have design, you have costume. I mean, there's every creative endeavor you can think of is used in the film medium. So it's a very powerful thing, and it's also it's also a collaboration. I could not make this film alone, right? Are you there?
Hazır, I'm here. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
listening to you. Hazır.
yeah.
Just
Hazır.
cut out. Hazır. So staying with movies, जहिले पनि तपाईँले कुनै मुभी डिरेक्ट गर्नुहुन्छ है, क्वेसन हो, तर कसलाई चाहिँ तपाईँले हाइएस्ट प्रायोरिटी दिनुहुन्छ? एक्टरलाई, प्रोड्युसरलाई, डिरेक्टरलाई, स्क्रिप्ट राइटरलाई? I mean, everyoneको छ आफ्नो आफ्नो integral role they're playing है, तर audience हो कि who is the most important person or people for you जब तपाईँले मुभी बनाउनुहुन्छ?
This is a very tough question, Bhai, because it happens in phases. It happens in phases. There is when you make films, for people who don't know about filmmaking, I'll tell you, there's a lot of phases. Typically, three big phases. One is called the pre-production, right? Before making the film. So pre-production includes writing, it includes casting, it includes putting together your entire team, it includes putting together every department, and then it includes location scouting, it includes technical scouting, what kind of camera we're going to use, what kind of lighting we're going to use, what kind of color palettes we're going to use, what kind of mood is this film going to have. So all of that is pre-production, right? And then after pre-production, once we go on the floor, sabai tayar garera, ready garera, when we go on the floor, that's the production, full production. After the production, then again there is a new crew almost. It's the post-production crew. There's editing, picture editing, there is sound designing, there's background music, there is VFX, and there is color grading. So different departments. So every department is equally important for me. But in my pre-production, my most important department is my direction team and my production team, my ADs. Like direction team means basically myself and my first AD, second AD. So first AD in the film world, first AD is the guy who runs the set. On set run garne chahi first AD. So in my case, my first AD was amazing. His name is Anurag, and
good person.
AD is Ajit. Care of, for example, he was the liaison between the art department. Art department is the production design. Just like, art is like, if this is a set, and this is a scene. So deciding, like keeping this Buddha statue there and keeping this here and keeping the book there. This is the job of the art department. So the art department, so second AD direct deals with art department, and art ma props huncha, action props huncha, calendars hola, ke hola, background ma ke jhundirako hola, all of that. My third AD would work with my second AD would work with the costume department. So hair, makeup, costume. Each actor, what character is wearing what during what scene to yourself. So there's a lot of departments. So in a pre-production, my direction team and my production team are the most important. Casting of Sapegor. In production, on set, the most important people for me are the actors, because my focus should only be on the actors. So while directing, my focus, my priority was my actors, and then my second most important priority is the camera department, the director of photography, the cinematography team, because I having a background of cinematography myself, because I'm not just a writer director, I'm also a DOP. Like I shoot. I'm a cinematographer also. I shoot myself. So I was very involved in every aspect of this film, from the colors, from the costume design, from the look design. Like I designed every single character's look, what they're gonna wear. I had to decide that. So my DOP and we had to decide about the color, the lighting, and all that, light design. So and then in in the post production, again, while editing the film, my editor is the most important. And then after that, the sound is important. So everybody is important. By sorry, ekdam long answer bhayo mero.
I'm sorry. So Hazar, and you were talking about how important तपाईँको art director. I remember of course, Broken Wings is set in the 90s. Right? The film is based back in the 90s.
1988 to 1992. That's the period.
1988 to 1992. And I remember the restaurant भित्र चाहिँ त्यो एउटा particular scene थियो, and you had to recreate everything. And the art director आयो, like a day, I mean within a few hours they changed the set totally. I mean, it was like I was transported back to 1990s, 1980s. Yeah, well, you got the feel. Yeah, well, so the entire scene looked so very authentic. So it's really important. I think the directors have been role funny.
Yeah, and luckily, because I'm as the writer and as the director myself, I was so familiar with every single nuance and every single mood, every single shot, every single frame in the film, because I have lived through it. I have lived that life, to what I'm portraying in the film. So I even knew the smell. I mean, obviously people cannot smell in the movies, but I also knew what smell I wanted to be that detailed. I had so much clarity as to what the restaurant's going to look like. The restaurant needed to look like Anamika in the early 90s and late 80s. And yeah, my art team, I just had photos of and my own memory of the restaurant. So I made sure the restaurant looked exactly like that. And now when I look at the edit, because we finished our first cut, the film and the picture, everything looks like, yeah, I'm transported to that era.
Exactly. I mean, they've done a phenomenal job. I must say that once again. Abu Hamro, yeah, we've got like Hamro, yeah, Darjeeling Hills, we've got beautiful scenery. Our places like picturesque, amenities, infrastructure, and it's multicultural. I'm हार्मोनियसली है अब कतिजना मान्छे अब नेपाली कम्युनिटिजहरूसँग हामी बसिरहेको छु, अरू पनि कम्युनिटिजहरूसँग बसिरहेको छु, हाम्रो हस्पिटालिटी पनि हाम्रो दामी छ. What is the main reason why aren't we able to attract mainland filmmakers to come over to Darjeeling and maybe shoot a few films here? I mean, of course, Zayed Khan ko Barfi, I mean, but we want to attract.
I think there's an interruption. Hello. Can you guys hear me? The people viewing, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, so I don't know where the host went. Show ko host ka tha, I think he got disconnected. So am I still live? Pine Tree boys, other Pine Tree guys still, can you hear me? Okay, so I guess I'll keep talking till he comes back. So what were we saying? Let's take some questions from the audience. Please type in whatever question you might have, and then I will try and answer it. I have a lot of people from Darjeeling and some of my cast members. So we're gonna officially and properly introduce my cast very soon. But I'll just do a soft introduction. They're all here. So Endo is my lead boy, and then there's Nima, Dorji Sherpa. There's Ruben Pradhan, Mingma, Ramu Sherpa, Tamang. She's so yeah. Oh, welcome, bye. Welcome back.
Which I sincerely apologize for that.
That's okay.
You were here in Kurseong in 2018, and you attended our music festival, the Pine Tree Festival. In fact, you anchored it on the first day and second day. How was the experience there? How considering that you've been to like numerous festivals abroad, दामी festivals are great setup and all that stuff. And the तपाईँ कर्सियङमा आउनुभयो अन्त तपाईको भाइहरूले यहाँ पाइन ट्री पनि गर्दैछ. So how was the experience? And I want you to draw a comparison. Yeah, with तपाईले जति पनि festivals attend गर्नु भएको अन्त हाम्रो गर्नुभयो, and probably you could talk about like the good things as well as the bad things. And remember that spit it out so you can be absolutely frank and candid.
First thing, people who know me very well, and you know me very well, you wouldn't even have to tell me to be candid. Any people who know me in the Tibetan world or West Mapaniho, one thing everybody knows is that I'm very candid and outspoken. So Pine Tree Festival. Firstly, I'll tell you something. I think it would be unfair to compare it with anybody. Any other festival. I don't want to compare it because it's not comparable. When I came there and then you guys asked me to MC it and host it, I hosted it. I obviously, like you said, I've seen big concerts, and you name an artist, you name a big famous person or whatever. I've seen live. I've seen all kinds of shows and music and festivals live. But I didn't think of them when I was at Pine Tree. I was just because I'm not somebody who's impressed by grandeur, ness. I'm not impressed by big setup, and I'm not impressed because that happens over time. It'll happen to everybody. What impresses me is passion. What impresses me is sincerity. What impresses me is that hunger, that drive to do it. And what impresses me most is the courage, the daring. And I was very impressed with the daring that you guys did. You guys dared to put up a music festival like the Pine Tree Festival. You guys dared to host it in the jungle, in the middle of the jungle, in the forest, Mati, Pine Trees ko beachma. You guys dared to set it up. You guys dared to invite bands from Nepal and India and great musical lineup. So I was very impressed by. I was very impressed, and I was not only impressed. I was pleasantly in my soul, in my heart. I was very happy because you guys were doing something that I would have done if I was there. So you guys were blazing the trail. You guys were the trendsetters, and you guys, that's how you represent. Success, but it's a very subjective thing. Don't measure it by big things and money and glamour. To me, success is if somebody dares to go after their dream. That's already successful, because not everybody dares to do that. Most people succumb to the norms of society. You and your team, Abhishek Gurung bhai, Abhishek Lemo, I'm the rock star, Dibya bhai, you, Satish, I mean, Deep Raj, all you guys, Umang, all you guys dared. You guys dared and you guys sat with no support, with no help. You guys said, let's do a festival, man. Let's do it. And let's call it the Pine Tree Festival. Let's make a logo. Let's call artists. Let's build a stage. Let's have food stalls and let's do a full on concert. You guys dared. So I was very impressed by. Uh, it would be unfair to compare it
Yeah,
to anybody else.
days, I'm kind of reminiscing. I
Mhm.
mean, I actually liked my parents. क्या अब
Hmm.
ever हामी कर्सियङमा एउटा गर्नुपर्छ म्युजिक फेस्टिभल भन्दा चाहिँ every one of us was like so passionate, and you are absolutely right that the passion in it, it drove us to like go further, right? And मैले अब है मैले झुट पनि बोले, हाम्रो भाइहरूले पनि झुट बोले, and we had to get together and come up with this particular festival. हाम्रो vision थियो, and we wanted to put Kursiang on the map, because very proud of अहिलेसम्म जति पनि भएको छ है.
Yeah. In fact, can you guys hear me? In fact,
I would also
in fact, to be very candid and to be very honest, I think Pine Tree Festival, in terms of the organizing and in terms of the logistics and in terms of the setup, I think it is the best musical festival held so far in the Darjeeling Hills. I'm not saying it is best in terms of the best music and the best performance, best in terms of organization, your stage and the sound and just the whole setup. Pine Tree Festival, and I love the name too. It resonates so profoundly and so beautifully with our hills. हामी त धुपीको रुखहरूको वरिपरि नै हुर्केको केटाहरू नि त हामी सबैजना. So so I think it's an incredible thing, and that was the reason why I was doing, I agreed to join you guys, and I agreed to host it and do my bit, because my little brothers were doing this incredible, they were undertaking this incredible endeavor, because it's not easy. So I wanted to do whatever I could to support, and I always support you guys, and I'm always there for you guys. And the festival, one thing it has earned is it has earned respect among musicians. Everybody speaks, because I mean, I know everybody in the Darjeeling Hills, all the bands, everybody knows me. So everybody, they've all told me that the Pine Tree Festival is Tami Baksa, ekdam ramro cha bhanera kya. Say, I just hope the local government, and I hope the local administrations, I hope they support a little bit more, willingly, and I hope they support a little bit more positively and happily, rather than feeling obligated to help. I don't want people to be obligated. People should support this kind of endeavor, because that is the only way we're going to bring people. We're going to bring tourists. We're going to put it on the map. Timile Agi, earlier you were saying how to bring mainstream film industry here in Darjeeling. We have to have political stability here. We have to have peace. We have to have love sustain here. And then Darjeeling, Darjeeling has the potential, like any other beautiful mountain town anywhere in the world. And I've been to many. I've been to Switzerland. I've been to, Holland. I've been to Vancouver. Beautiful Whistler भन्ने ठाउँहरू I've seen. Colorado. Darjeeling is no less. But हामी सोच विचार चाहिँ चेन्ज गर्नुपर्छ, because जग्गाले होइन क्या, जग्गा चाहिँ मान्छेले हुन्छ भाइ.
हजुर, I mean, and त्यही नै vision हामी we approached है administrationहरूलाई पनि कतिजना response पाएन तर that doesn't mean that we're gonna like back down क्या
No, and it's not a competition with anybody. You know, it depends on your personal drive. You guys, Timarko dream. You know, as long as you believe in yourself, that's the most important thing at the end of the day. Bhai, the world does not have to believe in you. Nobody has to believe in you. You have to believe in yourself. You keep going, and eventually you will get there. Malai, you know, I was joking. Somebody was asking me, Shenpen, what sign, you know, what zodiac astrological sign was I? You know, हाम्रो नेपालीमा भन्छ नि कुन वर्ग हो भन्छ नि, हैन? अब हुनु त म बाघ वर्ग हो, हैन? I'm the tiger sign according to our calendar. But I jokingly said I'm Kachua Varga, okay? I'm like the turtle burger, you know, because my life has been like that, you know, bistari. I personally never gave up, you know, so you guys don't give up, and eventually, and that's how it is, bhai. That's how it is in the West too. Small, you know, bistari it'll grow, you know.
हजुर
So
can you hear me?
I think there's a delay.
There was a lag.
I can hear you, so you can ask me, you know. Yeah,
Okay.
delay bhayirako थियो. And the audience also, to all our viewers, please type in, you know, if you have any questions, please type in, and in the, I'm also looking at the comments right now, so if you have any questions, type in. Sorry, bhai Abhishek bhai, you can did I lose you?
So the अहिले अब considering the scenario right अब हाम्रो म्युजिसियन्सहरु पनि है अब उनीहरुको means of earning है bread and butter नै doing gigs and live shows यताउता जानु बजाउनु अब उनीहरुको नि एक्सपेन्सेस छ है अब समले Ibanez गिटार मजाको मगाइराको होला है Fender पर्ला होला. So, I mean, अहिले त due to this particular unfortunate situation, about musicians are living, they've not. As per you, what can we do, or what can they do to basically, you know, keep their funds coming in? What else can we do? Right? अहिले त live scenes त कहीं भएको छैन. So that was another question.
Very good question. Important question. I think, you know, okay, again, I might sound very socio-political and philosophical, but this is important. We as the viewers, we as human beings, and we as a society and a community, you know, it is about time. It is about time. It is about time we start appreciating, respecting, and honoring our artists. कलाकारहरूलाई जुन चाहिँ मान सम्मान दर्जा दिनुपर्छ हामीले त्यो दिने बेला भयो अब. Because, you know, if you, and then this is a very big conversation on itself, you know, why artists are this, why art is in, you know, even in the education system, art is at the bottom, you know, art जहिले पनि तल हुन्छ. यसको पछाडि धेरै ठुलो षड्यन्त्र छ क्या भाइ, यसको पछि धेरै ठुलो conspiracy छ by big corporations, by capitalism, by governments, you know, because art has the ability to liberate people. Art has the ability to free people. Art has the ability to empower people. Art has the ability to unite people. Art has the ability to strengthen people. So we have to start understanding that aspect, because at the end of the day, if you look during this unfortunate pandemic, you know, this COVID-19 epidemic, all over the world, people are suffering. People are going through such a hard time, you know, and Everybody thanks the frontline workers. Everybody thanks the nurses and the doctors in the hospitals. They deserve it, rightfully so. But nobody really thanks the artists, because if you think about it, okay, if you think about it, medically and healthcare wise, the nurses and the doctors are caring, and they're doing an amazing job, and they deserve all the respect and love. So medically they're taking, but emotionally and psychologically, artists are the ones who are healing people also, Aile. Because look at, and not just in Darjeeling, all over the world, every country in the world, it is the musicians, it is the storytellers, it is the comics, it is the artists that are entertaining people, that are making their lives a little bit easier. They're playing music from their homes, they're sharing their songs. So there is a connection, and thanks to the advent of technology and internet, look at us. I mean, we're doing this. This also is, some artists thought of it initially, some creative person thought of this, and then unfortunately corporate culture takes over that, and then it becomes capitalism, and then the artists are again at the bottom. So we have to understand, Amro, especially Darjeeling side ko manchele, we have to respect and we have to love our artists. Because I'll tell you something very philosophical and very something that you can ponder upon. All of you, all the viewers sleeping tonight, when you go to sleep, please think about this. Can you imagine your life? Can you imagine your life without corporations? Can you imagine your life without capitalism? Can you imagine your life without, uh, you know, um, without? Can you hear me, Sundaza? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, that you're totally audible.
Okay, so ask yourselves this question. Can I imagine my life without economists, and without without capitalism, without corporate culture? And then ask yourself, can I imagine my life without music? Can I imagine this world without music? Can I imagine this world without storytelling? Can I imagine this world without poetry? Can I imagine this world without you know uh, the exchange of emotions? I mean, I personally think art, and amongst art, music is the most incredible and the most profound human innovation, human creation, because music has the ability to unite people. Like, music has the ability to heal people. Even plants, they respond to music. By nature responds to music.
Exactly.
So our people take
Personally,
artists for granted. you know Sorry, I go ahead, bye. I didn't mean to cut you off.
it's okay that please.
So I was just saying, so it is now Abu, they can say, what you guys can do is, when you do live, I mean, in the West it's a little different. Systems are different. But I personally think that you guys should not even think of it as donations, because donation has a very different connotation. Donation भनेको चाहिँ दान भनेको जस्तो हो क्या. कलाकारहरूलाई दान दिनु हुँदैन नि. किन दान दिनु? कलाकारहरूलाई त उनीहरूको हक पो दिनुपर्छ त हौ. कलाकारहरू त गरिब मान्छेहरू हो. कलाकारहरू त गरिब होइन नि त भाइ. कलाकारहरू त संसारमा सबभन्दा धनी हो. सबभन्दा धनी कलाकारहरू भावनाको धनी हो भाइ. सोचको धनी हो भाइ. विचारको धनी हो भाइ. कलाकारहरूलाई त दान दिनु पर्दैन नि. But कलाकारहरूलाई एउटा उनीहरूलाई you should give them as a token of appreciation and as a fee. I mean, imagine if people who go live, they're watching music and there's, say, thousands of people watching. If everybody gives 10 rupees as my share of thank you, as my share of gratitude for you, for entertaining me and the world and my family, and for playing such beautiful music and your compositions that you have spent hours and days and pain and suffering to experience, and to write it down and to compose it and to play it for us. Thank you so much. this is all I can afford. मेरोमा 10 रुपैयाँ मात्रै सक्छु, म 10 रुपैयाँ दिउँ। सबैजनाले त्यसरी दियो भने त कलाकारहरूलाई त प्रब्लम हुँदैन नि त भाइ। तर हामीले चाहिँ कलाकारहरूलाई दर्जा दिँदैन, हामीले कलाकारहरूलाई मान्दैनौँ, हामी कलाकारहरूलाई इज्जत गर्दैनौँ। त्यही कारणले हामी नेचुरली आउँदैन क्या भाइ। तर अहिले पुजारी, लामा, गुम्बा, चर्च, मन्दिरहरूमा चाहिँ पैसा पुरा चढाउँछौँ। त्यो पनि भलाइको लागि चढाएको होइन, आफ्नै स्वार्थको लागि चढाउँछौँ। आफ्नै स्वार्थको लागि, मेरो बाटो राम्रो होस्, मलाई दुःख नहोस्, मेरो आमाको आयु लामो होस्, त्यो भन्नु। सो सोच विचार हो भाइ, सोच विचार नै हाम्रो खोट छ, बुझ्यौ? सो कलाकारहरूलाई चाहिँ म त्यही भन्न चाहन्छु कि कलाकारहरूलाई जुन चाहिँ मान सम्मान दिनुपर्छ कलाकारहरूलाई दिनु। बिकज आज हेऱ्यो भने most people in the lockdown are getting depressed. Most people are getting suffocated. Most people are getting impatient. They're having panic attacks. They're having a lot of issues. But it is but it is artists that are not feeling any of that, because for us it's normal. Like for me, this lockdown is normal. Apart from my work being big, मेरो अहिले project discontinue भइरहेछ, but because we are creative people. Artists are creative. So हामी एक्लै हुँदाखेरि we are fine because we create, we think, we write, we make music, we write poetries, we write scripts. I'm doing so many things, so I don't feel lonely, I don't feel depressed, because I'm an artist, and I am so grateful to the universe, and I'm so blessed, and I'm so proud. I am so absolutely proud to call myself an artist.
And I have like a great deal of respect for artists and musicians. Even if I want to, I cannot become a musician. Something the inborn funny. Of course, you get acquired. I have immense respect for musicians. हाँसिरहेको बेलामा पनि, खुसी गराएको बेलामा पनि म्युजिक सुनिरहेछ, डिप्रेस भएको बेलामा म्युजिक सुनिरहेछ है. So music is something that I just cannot, यस्तो राम्रो राम्रो छ. And you yourself are a musician back in the day. Darjeeling Kurseongma तपाईँ बस्दा. So how was that band formed, and how many bandmates were there? That was the first ever rock band, I'm assuming. Is that true?
Mero. Before I think before I answer that, I want to add something more to अहिले भर्खर हामीले musicians र artistsहरूको कुरा. I would like to add a little bit more because I would like to tell them about a social experiment that I have done in the past.
Awesome.
So we human beings are filled with so many discriminations, and we are filled with so many different things. So I did a small scale social experiment a while back with that. So what I did was, there's a lot of foreign immigrants and a lot of foreign students in Canada and US. So I gathered about 10 people from 10 different countries, 10 different cultures that don't speak English. I gathered all of them and also from different religion. So I invited a Muslim, I invited a Hindu, I invited a Jew, I invited a Buddhist, I invited an agnostic, I invited an atheist, I invited basically all religion ko mansheharu, and I also invited people that were from different countries and that spoke different languages, right?
Awesome.
Now, the only criteria was they all had to be musicians. They all had to play some instrument. Okay. So I did this social experiment. Unfortunately, हामीले त्यति बेलामा recordहरू गर्नु सकिन क्या. This is a long time ago. Because I've always been a thinker, so I wanted to learn and I wanted to do this. So when I did that, all were musicians, but everybody was from different religion, different culture, different countries. So and then I put everybody in one room, and
हजुर
we kept their instruments in one corner, and then all of them sitting around like this in a round table, a round chair, you know,
राउन्ड टेबल
and then
कन्फरेन्स खालको
and all the different religions, different culture, different. So basically, nobody could speak to each other. And then people had that reservation. People were uncomfortable because their religions didn't match, their language didn't match, the food that they ate was different. Everything was different. But then I
हजुर
knew it. I knew it intrinsically. I knew it that all those differences were created by man. I knew in my heart that all those discomfort and all that that doubt was created by man, human beings. So they had reservations, they had inhibitions, they could not talk to each other, they don't speak their language, and they were all अलिकति अप्ठ्यारो भएको जस्तै, असुविधा भएको जस्तै, they were not very comfortable. So that was the first part of the experiment. And then the second part of the experiment was I asked everybody to bring their instruments to them.
हजुर
And some of the instruments were instruments that people had never seen before in their lives. There were some instruments, some traditional tribal folk instruments that we had never seen. And everybody took out their instrument. Everybody. Traditional instruments, and then I just played a very simple A minor, E minor, 2 chords on the guitar.
हजुर
And then I asked everybody to play something with it. And everybody was figuring out. And within 5 minutes, everybody had a common smile on their face. Everybody lightened up. Everybody became comfortable. Everybody became themselves. Everybody became beautiful. Everybody became spiritual. Everybody became so amazing. So people started jamming. And then after that, after jamming, even though they don't speak their language, but they were all comfortable and they were hugging each other. So this is the power of music. And every single religion in the world has failed to do this by. Every single religion has failed to unite human beings. Every single religion. And that's why that's why I am an intelligent advocate for arts and music, because it has the power that all the others don't have.
Exactly that. Music definitely has a language. Of course, म Bengal, Marwari.
Yeah.
Of course, अर्कोले पनि है त्यो फलो गरिरहेको अन्त त्यो रिदममा पसेपछि it's like camaraderie, है हामी सबैजना साथी हो, सबैजना brother. I mean, it's just love and peace. I mean, musically definitely है love and peace नै advocate गर्छ क्या. So
yeah,
really, I mean,
and in a very beautiful way, it for a lack of a better expression, in a very beautiful way, it forces you to harmonize. I mean, how beautiful is that? It forces you to harmonize. It forces you to be in harmony. Because here's an example. I'll make it quick. So you have, let's say you are the world's greatest guitar player. And let's say another person is the world's greatest cellist. And this other person is the world's greatest pianist. And this other person in the world, he's the greatest bassist, And then this other person is the world's greatest vocalist. Now you put individually all of them, and they will play amazing because they're all virtuosos. They're all maestros, ustads, But when you ask them to play together, they cannot, no matter how good they are, they cannot play whatever they want. they have to harmonize.
Awesome.
And that notion, I find that absolutely beautiful, because it forces, so it also basically, what I'm trying to say is, it also intelligently, it diffuses ego, because I cannot be like, well, I'm the greatest guitar player in the world, I'm going to play whatever I want, and not harmonize. I have to harmonize with you,
Awesome.
I have to harmonize with the other musician. So to me, that is absolutely brilliant, you know and every
Awesome.
other thing in the world has failed to do that. So that's why music and art is very important. So my personal request and my personal plea to everybody is, please support musicians. um, Please, respect musicians. Please respect artists, because the world without art, the world without musicians would be, I'm not kidding you, it would be hell on earth. It would be, without
Exactly. The
artists.
well said. And so exactly that, I totally agree with whatever you said, and I'm sure as a musician, you felt it. अझै छेउमै क्या, you saw it like up close and personal. है तपाईँको ever band and your bandmates के चाहिँ भयो अब, I'm sure कतिजना कति bandmates मा पनि त्यो अघि तपाईँले भन्नुभयो नि, त्यो ego पनि, we have to like tone it down. So
Yeah, there's no
bandmates
room for
भित्र पनि.
ego.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Moving on that. So what I was trying to say is about aligidi quirky kind of a question for you. As a musician, I'm sure तपाईले पनि अब you came across a lot of fans, wild and crazy fans, तान्दै गरेको, "Oh, shake my hand" and stuff like that. Any wacky experience with a fan that you want to share? Maybe.
No, not really, because I've never been, that kind of a popular musician. I when I was playing in a band, I was passionate about a particular genre of music that had no female fan following. For example, because I was playing heavy metal, and I chose metal for a reason, because it was my way of dealing with with my teenage angst, and with my uh, youth co struggle, when the world didn't make sense to me, when nobody was making sense to me. That's when I found refuge in music, and particularly heavy metal, because I could channel my darkness, I could channel my anger, I could channel my frustrations through it. So I did it for that reason. Those emotional, psychological reasons, now when I look back. So I've never really had like, but I've had, yeah, I mean, um, I've had long time fans, and people who look up to me, and people who admire me for many years. Um, uh, so yeah, like, त्यस्तो डरलाग्दो त्यस्तो त केही होइन, तर I've had certain incidents, and uh, yeah, and I think I have more boys, more young guys who follow me, and um, so, but I did, I remember, like, in Toronto and Vancouver and all, when I used to play with my band Avatara. um, we did shows with Nevermore, and I did shows with a lot of famous bands also. And yeah, it was a great experience, because people would, you know because I was the first Tibetan, first, guy from Darjeeling Hills who was doing something like that in the West, before internet. I mean, before cell phones and before mobile phones. Uh, so so yeah, it was an awesome experience, and yeah, I've had fan moments, not just the crazy, this the केही पनि छैन.
All right, that's great to know that. So I think I'm Facebook. I see you on your really. I'm in love with Cafe Racer. Fall in love with this particular machine, and why do you call it Silver Tears?
Oh, we're are we talking about my bike right now?
Exactly, Silver Tears. Is that the name, if I'm not wrong?
Yeah, I named her Silver Tears. So what was your question, bhai? Sorry.
I mean, what make and
Um, this is the most vain, like most vanity uh, involved conversation I've ever had in a but this is
I know
cool.
just wanted.
No. It's yeah, it's okay. No, it's fair. Your question's fair. So my bike is called. I name her Silver Tears. 1000cc, and it is it's an English bike, Triumph. You know, they make some of the best bikes in the world. So my the particular made is Triumph Thruxton ones, and it's a cafe racer. That's what they call it. That kind of bike, that kind of motorcycle is called a cafe bike. So my cafe racer is a custom cafe racer. I wanted to customize it, and I wanted it to be completely silver, like pura ekdam chrome silver, and I I mean, this is very vain. अलिकति हाउडेको कुरा हो, तर भए पनि क्या, I was the first Tibetan or first Nepali or first guy from Darjeeling Hills of Tibetan whatever to ride a cafe racer and a silver one, chrome one in New York City. So I used to ride, and everybody, it was definitely a looker, because every time I would ride it in Queens, and where we all Tibetans and Nepalis live, and then I would ride it in Manhattan in the city, and wherever in a red light room that it's Rogdafiri, everybody used to look at the bike, and so it's my horse. I have a passion. I have a thing for horses and dogs and bikes and jeeps. I don't know why I like these things, but I love horses and I love riding horses and I love riding motorcycles. So I used to ride it in New York, and then later on I moved. I moved to LA because of work, and LA is very expensive. So I bought a house in Las Vegas, so because Vegas is a little cheaper, and in Vegas I transported my bike all the way from New York, and in Vegas too I would ride it, in that Las Vegas main strip, the movies that are. So I would ride it, and I like that look. I like that. I like wearing my leather jacket and my motorcycle with those big goggles and yeah.
The cafe
मेरो
racer
मेरो
feel with
मेरो
goggles.
के भन्नु, मेरो अलिकति भेन कुराहरू, बिकज अरू म त्यस्तो डरलाग्दो अरू त केही गर्दिनँ म, किन आई डोन्ट रियली पार्टी अ लट, त्यस्तोहरू गर्दिनँ. आई डोन्ट ड्रिङ्क, म त्यस्तो खान्दिनँ म. आई डोन्ट डु एनी ड्रग्स, एन्ड आई डोन्ट स्मोक सिगरेटहरू केही खान्दिनँ म. So just I'm just a little shocking about riding horses and all. So I go ride horses, घोडाहरू चलाउनु, and then so
Someday I want to visit you. Even I am like curious. I want to ride a horse. I've never ridden a horse before, so if you can help me.
Yeah, definitely. I was someday, Herung, I have plans. If everything works out in my life, if everything works out the way I want, I know exactly how I want to grow old and where I want to grow old and what I want to have, and and I know that I will. I will have. I will have my horses and all one day. It'll all happen. Yeah.
I would love to horses one day. So I have the coming to the last. I have a few rapid fire questions for you. I mean, it's a rapid fire round, so I have
Oh my
questions
God,
for
are
you.
we?
But
Oh my
before
God, are
we
we?
go in,
Are we? Are we? Are we doing rapid fire?
rapid fire, but
Please tell
uncomfortable
me it is not inspired.
question. If you
No, no,
feel
no, no. I don't mind. I'm just saying. No, 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 no. But please don't tell me this is inspired from Karan Johar.
Karan Johar, yeah. I mean, this is Abhishek Raj Johar one. Sorry, don't mind my
No, no, no,
sad
no,
sense.
no. Abhishek Raj Gupta.
Abhishek Raj Gupta, exactly that. So my first
All right, bye.
question, I mean,
Whatever you guys want to know. I'm candid. Look,
first one, be very true and be very honest. Okay, I know you're gonna be very honest and very true because
oh
you're an
shit!
honest
What are
person.
you? What are you guys? What are you guys putting me through, Abo?
I'm
We're
very
having such a
big.
we were having such an amazing, beautiful conversation, and I was saying, "Okay, I'm
Right? Okay, so classic rock or heavy metal?
Oh shit! Heavy metal, because heavy metal has classic rock in it.
Exactly. The mountains or beaches?
Mountains, absolutely.
Mountain. I knew you would. I felt it. You're a mountain person, just like me. Tea or coffee?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I think I love tea, but I know not think I love tea, but I'm addicted to coffee. So I cheat.
Okay.
I cheat on my tea with coffee.
What coffee files for divorce?
Kya re? Suni na.
What if coffee? What if coffee files a divorce
What if coffee files for divorce?
on her? Yeah, yeah. Because you were cheating on coffee because you selected tea.
No, I was cheating on tea. I was cheating on tea with coffee.
Yeah. Divorce.
What if I don't know? What if coffee files a divorce? If coffee files a divorce, I'll give her a divorce. I'll stick to my tea because my tea is never going to leave me.
Oh, very loyal. Nice. Or I'll give you a square of applause. Enough of round of applause, but a square of applause for you for that answer. Very quickly, the long hair or short hair?
Long hair or short hair? I've had both. I've had long hair also. I've had short hair also.
What do you prefer the most?
Long hair cut into short.
Long. Oh my God, you are so. I admire your wit. I admire your wit. It's a tough one.
My sister has been commenting, and she's like, Jojo, this is a rapid fire. So she's basically saying, don't take your own sweet time.
And she's exactly correct. I mean, she's so correct. So please, one word, yes or no, this or that.
I wish life was that simple, bhai.
My question was Bollywood or Hollywood?
Bollywood or Hollywood? I think my answer would be neither. I think my answer would be cinema.
Nice. That was very nice. Darjeeling or LA?
Oh shit. My heart's in Darjeeling, so Darjeeling.
But your son. So
Sorry,
your
I didn't hear, bhai.
heart is in Darjeeling, but your
No, my mind is also not in LA. My mind is here. My mind is wherever I am, bhai. If I'm in LA, my mind is there. I'm in Darjeeling, my mind is here, and my mind is usually on whatever I'm doing. But my heart has always been in Darjeeling, always, no matter where I've gone.
that's very nice to know that. I mean, I'm really proud of you for that. I mean, sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise, bhai. Because I'm sorry, sunset or sunrise?
Exactly.
Sunrise, definitely, because it only rises because it's set.
Have been so incredible so far. I'm mightily impressed. I'm very. I'm going to repeat: fiction or non-fiction?
Absolutely non-fiction. I'm not so much into fiction. Non-fiction.
Okay. All right. So with that, I mean, that was the last question for,
Oh,
and
yay!
and and that was incredible. That it was fun hearing all your answers, and we have come towards the end of the show. And just before I let you go, I have one final question for you, and teaser of Broken Wings. That how soon can we see this particular movie in the theaters?
Uh, if everything works out, because we're pretty much done with the editing, and first cut's done, the second cut's almost done. I just have to shoot another 5 days, Kusin. So once everything is open and once everything kind of normalizes, I would finish the 5 day shoot, and then I'm hoping that by the end of this year, ideally, mero sapna, mero icha चाहिँ के थियो भने दार्जिलिङमा चाहिँ especially I wanted to have a big premiere at the Inox during Dasai time. So I don't know, so at early it's very difficult to say this by because everything Malai Mate and the entire film industry is stopped, so we'll see. So we'll find out eventually. But the movie will definitely come out, and I'm hoping and I'm optimistic that it'll come out by the end of this year. And then the teaser will come out relatively soon. I'm taking time, but before teaser, there's a marketing team in place, so we have to do the marketing properly, because there's so much work involved. There's so much time and year and money. I mean, so much has been invested into this. My 3.5 years of my life. So whatever we do, I will make sure that it's done professionally. So yeah. On the मेरो एउटा request छ भाइ अब. Can I make a small request?
Sure, please carry on.
So this show is hosted obviously by you, Abhishek Raj Gupta, but you are also one of the organizers and one of the main guys from Pine Tree. I know that you are surrounded by some of my little brothers, like you know, तिमीहरू सब मेरा भाइहरू हो, and all the Pine Tree
All of them are
people.
here.
Yeah. So I want everybody to come on camera and say hi. अब एकछिन सबको अनुहार हेरिदेऊ त.
Woo! Great. Come on, guys.
सबैजना एकछिन को छ यहाँ?
Umang, I've got Ruben, Share, and Deepra.
Yes. खास केटाहरू.
And it's because of them this show actually.
I know, and that is why I wanted to acknowledge them, and I wanted to bring them on camera, because I know all of you guys have worked very hard to put this Pine Tree Festival together, and every single one of you were in my film. Also, you guys worked. Most of you were in the production team, and Satish Bhai was doing behind the scenes with Mero Pyaro Daniel Bhai. Deep Raj Bhai was in the local production line producing. Umang Bhai was also in the film, and then Ruben is one of the main characters also in the film. And then Arko Bhai चाहिँ मैले चिनेन.
Nikhil, he's also.
Nikhil Bhai. Oh, so all the viewers, these are the guys, and there are more. There's Dibya Bhai and there's Abhishek, and there are other guys also with the Pine Tree Festival. They're not here, your lockdown le garda. But Pine Tree is a beautiful festival held in Kurseong every year around October, November. And please check out their page, and all these young, very talented, my little brothers, and most of them, they know me for a very long time, and I know them since they were young. And most of us, we all grew up, in the same town. So I'm very proud of you guys. As a big brother, as your friend, I want you to know that I'm very proud of you all. I'm sorry that today's show went a little long, and I'm sorry if my answers were alikati lamo halke. But you guys did an amazing job, and keep it up. And I'm very proud and honored to be your first guest. And I'm glad that you inaugurated with somebody from Kurseong.
Exactly. And absolutely is having you here live, and Kurseong is mighty proud of you. That it's mighty proud of you. That and Kurseong. Thank you for all of that you've done, and thank you for being such a lovely person to all of us and to the entire world.
Thank you, Bhai. Thank you. I mean, if you see good in me, Bhai, it is a reflection of yourself. If you see bad in me, that is also a reflection of yourself.
Exactly that. And all of us here are very excited to see your upcoming movie, The Broken Wings, and we can't wait to see
उयो पछाडि साई भएर बसिरहेछ नि यो रुबेन. Him and Mrinal and Nima and Mingma and all these, everybody's gonna blow everyone's mind. So I want to hear, because you guys all were working, you guys were also in the sets of Broken Wings, and some of you worked in the film. So before we go, everybody tell me one line about your experience working in the film. एक line चाहिँ भन्न कम से कम. What was your experience solo, Ruben?
I had a great experience, and it was a very new and exciting experience for me, and it was very surreal working with all these great intellects, and I got to see how things really work out, how many people it takes to really make a everybody else.
Yeah. So was I and you worked very closely with me as your director. Was I a very chucha strict director, or was I okay kind of director?
times I won't be a liar. I won't say. At times you were, but it was for our own good, and you really pushed us to do our.
And that's what great mentors do.
Yeah, that's
Push
what.
you.
Yeah, that's what. You're the Batman to my Robin.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, Umang,
Yes,
Timarko, tell me about your experience. You know me since you were a little kid, so tell me, movie experience अस्ति सेटमा कस्तो भयो?
movie was amazing. It was a new experience, though I'd never worked or acted before. I learned a lot. Yeah, it's something coming out of the box, I would say, and trying something new. And I hope I've done a good job.
Very good. Yes. You guys, I'm very proud of you guys. You guys will be very proud. You have done something something very, very incredible that will remain now. And yeah, I can't wait to show it to you guys. Timale osi aliali you guys saw some clips, huh? Private.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, Satish bhai, how has your experience been?
First of all, like तपाईँले अब हामीलाई opportunity दिनुभयो अब like to work with you in a film crew हैन अन्त त्यति बेला त अब मलाई केही थाहै थिएन like how it works and so त्यसले गर्दाखेरि it was a learning experience for me and yeah and it was a privilege to work with you there.
Oh, thank you, bye. I love you all very much, and it was a privilege for me to work with you guys. You guys inspired me too. Yes. अन्त हाम्रो मे एकदम दीपराज भाइ was very, very helpful in production. बिचारा भाइलाई कहाँ हरायो हाम्रो एकदम दीपराज भाइ?
No way, please. Hello,
अन्त भाइ तिमीलाई प्रेसर धेरै भयो है सुटमा तिमीलाई अलिक प्रोडक्सनमा प्रेसरहरु भयो?
धेरै डरलाग्दो भयो राममा म प्रोफेसनलिजम त एकदम डरलाग्दो राममा one thing at a time, everything has to be to the point, and they say 10 बजी that means 10 बजी, they say like 5 वटा चाहिन्छ त 5 वटै चाहिन्छ. So by the time I figured out how to get that 5, they're asking for another 5, and it's like very hectic, but it was good. It was very
And
good. Great experience.
Yes, you did amazing work, and I cannot thank you enough for helping by your help in the local production त्यहाँ line producing मा तिम्रो धेरै help थियो, and I'm grateful, and your name is also in the film, and I'm proud of you guys. Thank you,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Pleasure, sir.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, sorry it took so long.
All right, no problem.
See you soon.
With you there. Thank you very much for making it out live here. Want to thank you once again, and all the very best for your upcoming movie. We're super proud. We cannot wait for your movie to come on the big screen, and we're always there for you. And thank you once.
Thank you, Abhishek Bhai. And I should also mention that Abhishek Bhai was also very helpful in my shoot. Abhishek Bhai's family they own a family medical shop, a pharmacy, and Abhishek Bhai provided us with the first aid kit also, and he came to the set many times. But Abhishek Bhai is also in the film. He has a small cameo in the film. And Abhishek Bhai, you did a good job, and you remember, right? We shot you also.
Absolutely, I mean, see myself on the big screen, but that's why I'm so impatient. I want this movie to be out as soon as possible. I'm being very honest.
Me too, bhai. Me too. All in due time. The apple tastes best when it's ripe.
Exactly that, and with those good words, once again, thank you very much for coming live with us, and see you very soon.
Thank you, and thank you to all the viewers the viewers deserve a big round of applause also from all of us, because the viewers have been very patient. Thank you to all the viewers who stuck around and who stayed and who listened to me just yap for 2 hours. So thank you so much. Thank you. Lots of love. Be safe, and I will see you guys soon. Lo.
All right, then. See you then. Take care.
Thank
And
you.
thank
Bye-bye.
you all the viewers for joining in. Take care. Good night.
Good night. How do I end this?